Okay, so what if I told you there's a language where grammar doesn't really matter? Today, we're diving into coastal Arreqqana. It's a dialect that's all about the feeling behind the words, not just the words themselves. It's a language you have to feel, not just speak. In this quote right here from one of our guides, Peppi, it's everything. Coastal Arreqqana is not pushed, it rolls. So forget about sharp, punchy words. You gotta think of this language more like a tide. It comes in, it goes out, it's all about the flow. All right, let's meet our cast of characters for this lesson. We've got two teachers. There's Peppi, who's all about that gentle wisdom, and then there's Jarru. Well, Jarru's got the swagger. Their students are Alex, who's super earnest, but maybe a little too literal, and Emily, who gets the vibe, but kind of tends to overdo it. Let's join them. Okay, first things first. The entire dialect, and I mean all of it, is built on just two core sounds. Think of them as two emotional waves that shape every single conversation. Wa and scha. So let's break these down. Wa is your public warmth. It's like putting a friendly hand on someone's shoulder, but with sound. Then you have sa. That's totally different. It's private, it's soft, it's where you find emotional trust and vulnerability. Getting this difference is like the most important first step. Let's see how this actually works. Your standard hello is just kaka, simple enough, but on the coast, it's kaka wa. And I love how Peppi puts it. You add that wa like a smile at the end of the word. It's not just a sound, it's an offering. And of course, here's our student Alex giving it a try. He's technically correct, yeah, but he's pushing the wa, he's making it a punch, not a wave. And that's the classic beginner's mistake, right? He's treating it like a grammar rule, not a feeling. And then Jarru jumps in with his classic swagger, let it melt. That's it. That's the whole secret. The sound shouldn't feel like it's tacked on at the end. It should feel like it's just dissolving. Okay, now things get a little more interesting. Let's see how these sounds work together. Asking how are you becomes kariwat lusja. You hear both, right? The wa is that friendly opening, but that little sja at the end, that's the real magic. That's the part that says, hey, I'm not just asking to be polite, I actually want to know how you're really doing. So then Emily gives it a go, and she makes the complete opposite mistake. She's got the flow for sure, but whoa, she's basically singing it. It's super enthusiastic, but all that subtlety is just gone. And Peppi, with her calm wisdom, just brings it right back to the center. It's not about a performance. It's supposed to feel as natural as taking a breath. All right, so we've got the sounds down, kinda, but now let's get to the really juicy stuff, the social rules, because this is where it gets fun. This is where using wa and ja the wrong way can get you into some interesting situations. You really have to know your audience here. Wa is safe. It's your everyday, friendly public sound. Sha, that's for when you're getting real, being emotionally honest. You can even mix them for comforting someone. But see that little fiery emoji next to sha for flirting? Yeah, that's a loaded sound. Use it wrong and things can get complicated. I mean, get this. A phrase as simple as I'm good, nkayewa, can be a huge deal. Jarru says it can literally fix arguments or start flirting. It's all about how and when you say it. And here's Alex again, trying to work it out like a math problem. He asks, okay, so what if I say na kia sha, the intimate one, to a teacher? And Jarru's answer is just perfect. He nails it. It's not just a grammar mistake. He says you're emotionally confessing to authority. You're creating this super awkward, intimate moment where it does not belong. It's like telling your boss your deepest, most vulnerable secrets. Yikes. And then, of course, Emily has this moment of sheer panic. Wait, I said that to the lunch lady. But Peppi's response is so great. It shows the other side of the coin. Because Kasha comes from a place of respect and honesty, it probably just came across as a really genuine, even if kind of weird, moment of kindness. So let's dive even deeper, because wa and straw aren't just little add-ons. They're like the emotional current that flows under everything. Dating, slang, even how people argue. And this difference between our two teachers, Peppi and Jarru, really gets to the heart of it all. For Peppi, language is about clarity. For Jarru, it's about survival. And this whole dialect just lives right there in that beautiful tension between those two ideas. You can see this play out perfectly in how they talk about romance. To say, I like you, it's lu lumar kiasha.
It's about an emotional feeling, not about possessing someone. But then there's the danger phrase, Lu no marsha. You do not throw that one around lightly. That's real love. That's serious business.
And the way they handle arguments is completely different too. It's not about yelling. It's about pulling back that warmth. To say, I disagree, you use this cool, controlled nawa. To say that hurt me, you use that vulnerable nagiyasya. And Jar's #1 rule, the second you raise your voice, you've lost the argument. Period.
So after all of that, the rules, the social cues, the flirting dangers, it all comes back to that first idea we started with.
And here it is, the big takeaway from both Peppi and Jarru. You don't speak coastal Arreqqana, you float in it. You're not trying to conquer it, you're just learning to relax and let the current carry you.
And Peppi leaves us with this absolutely beautiful thought. You can speak your beliefs. That's easy. But your emotions? Those have to be breathed. They ride on those waves of wa and seja. The real magic of the language lives in that little pause, right between the word and the breath.
So I'll just leave you with this question. Imagine if our own conversations worked that way. What would change if every emotion we felt had to be breathed, not just shouted or typed? How would things be different if we had to consciously breathe our feelings into the world?